Hello, I'm Katrina M. Craft, and you've just tuned into the Craft More Cash podcast, where finance meets innovation and strategy becomes reality. I'm on a mission to equip business founders with the financial savvy they need to grow real wealth. So buckle up and let's dive into the world of financial success, innovative strategies, and the stories that make us all want to keep pushing forward. Welcome to Craft More Cash. Let's make wealth building simple, fun, and effective. Ready to transform your financial journey? Let's start crafting. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Craft More Cash podcast, where we dive deep into the financial strategies that empower high-earning coaches, creators, and consultants so that you can grow your wealth and manage your cash effectively. Today, I'm going to talk about how you can utilize board meetings to impact tax savings. And we have the year end. If you have not done your board meeting, this is a great time to really dive into what you need to do before year end and to maximize your taxes. I'm your host, Katrina Craft, and today we're going to really focus on this crucial tax strategy. You need to implement it again before the end of the year, or if you've already done your board meeting, there's always time in 2025. But we'll cover everything from running efficient board meetings to maximize your tax savings with smart compliance strategies. Let's kick things off by talking about holding a board meeting. When you hold a board meeting at year end, it's not just a formality. It's really a strategic move that can maximize your tax deductions for your travel, your meals, rental cars, hotels, and even airfare. So if you're traveling, it may be a great time to think about should you hold a board meeting. The key here is really ensuring these expenses are business related. Did you know you can deduct these expenses such as travel, food, car rentals, hotels, and even gas? Here's how to make the most of this, especially during this season where you may be traveling. I'm going to provide some tips on how you can really maximize deducting these types of expenses. For your board meeting to be deductible, the IRS looks at the overall nature of the trip to determine if the expenses can be deducted. Now, what we want to look at is if you're not just planning a vacation or planning a trip to go see your family, but you really do have deductions that you need to take and they're business related. If the trip is primarily for business and the business activities are substantial, the travel expenses such as your air, your hotel, your gas, your rental car, tips related to travel, hotel stays, and 50% of the meals can generally be deducted. The point that the IRS wants to look at is that your purpose was really for business. It was for the board meeting. Now let's talk about really the board meeting and how to plan your board meeting. You should plan your board meeting on a Friday and maybe then have the board meeting on a Monday. That means the Saturday and Sunday are days that are non-business days, but you can deduct those non-business day expenses such as Saturday and Sunday because you have downtime between the business activities. So remember, you're going there for business purposes for a Friday and a Monday meeting, but because you have to stay over, you can also deduct the Saturday and Sunday hotel, the air. The IRS may look at, would it have been cheaper for you to leave and come back? Or would it have been better for you just to stay? Most times it's better for you just to stay and to pay for those extra days. Now, remember, if you're there on the Saturday and Sunday, this is not a time where you're saying, I am really planning a vacation. The IRS is going to look at what was the business purpose for the travel. You were not planning a vacation and disguising it as a business expense. We want to make sure that we are having substantial business during those days of the business travel. So what is the composition of your board of directors? Who's on your board? It could be anyone from your children to your parents to your family members. But remember, it's great if they are on your payroll because you get a deduction hiring them. Also, if they're a contractor, they may be a consultant for you. You get a deduction for that, or if you're paying them as a board of directors. So if they travel with you for the board of directors annual meeting, all of those expenses could also be a deduction. Those expenses that you're paying for them to attend the board meeting, their hotel, their air, again, the gas. Remember, it's important that you qualify that they can be a part of this board meeting. Their expenses are really business expenses, and it's for a business purpose. That is how you maximize the tax deductions. Can your friends be on your board? That could be a great way to leverage each other's expertise and business networks. So traveling together for each other's boards meetings can amplify your network. But remember, each trip must have a documented, bona fide business purpose. So if you go to New York and you have your board meeting in New York and your friends are on your board, you can deduct all those expenses. And then when they have a board meeting, they will deduct their expenses for you traveling, you being on the board, and you really interacting with them and making decisions that help their business. It's not just about traveling together and having fun. It really is about building your business, building your network, having other ideas. Other people may have expertise in different areas that they can consult you on. They can give you second opinions. And it's really important to understand that the board meeting is necessary and required with certain types of entities. So this is not something that you're going to do that the IRS doesn't see as necessary and important. Remember, a business expense per the IRS is an expense that's ordinary and necessary. Also, if you're paying your board member, remember that the payments need to be market rate for their services and formally approved in your corporate minutes. This legitimizes the deductions and it aligns with the IRS guideline. Okay, so we talked about it could be your children, your family members, and your friends. They could be on your payroll, 1099, or they could be on your board of directors. If you decide not to travel, but you do want to have a board meeting, you could use your home for business meetings. If you use your home for less than 14 days a year for business meetings, you can qualify for a specific tax break, especially if your business has to be structured as an appropriate legal entity. Not all legal entities qualify. If you decide to use your home for less than 14 days a year for business meetings, it's a great tax strategy. The reason is your business pays you personally for 14 days or less for use of the home. You pay no taxes on that. You don't have to report that as rental income. The great thing is you would find out the market rate, the fair market rate to rent your space. So you may want to look at Peer Space or Airbnb to find out how much would it cost to rent my home for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day to my business to have planning meeting. You could have your board of director meeting. You could have a vision day, but it has to be 14 days or less. You pay yourself. You report no income on that. You could also deduct the food, the meals, if you have catering, someone coming in, if you have different types of events, all of those types of expenses would also be deducted. So this is a huge deduction a lot of people are missing that they really can qualify for, and it's a great break. Remember that the annual board meeting is a mandatory annual meeting. It needs to be documented. It's especially required for corporations. So they're not just a statutory obligation. They're really a chance to review your annual performance, set future goals, and document strategic decisions that affect your tax position. So now is a great time to have this annual board meeting because going into the next year, you often are looking at your goals, your budgets, and all of this can be documented in your board meetings. And you need to make sure that you're documenting these minutes. Also, what do you talk about, during your annual board meeting? We gave you some suggestions. but you may want to discuss your operational achievements, things that you want to do, your financial strategies. That's where I come in as a tax strategist. And we may have talked about different strategies that will be beneficial for you to put in place. Upcoming challenges and broader market opportunities. This is just not aids in, your strategic planning, but it ensures that you are compliant with the corporate requirements. We want to make sure that you are looking at, of course, your budget, you're planning for how your income will grow, and we want to make sure that we're implementing these tax saving strategies. Some things need to happen at the beginning of the year. Some things need to happen by year end. Like right now, there are certain strategies that you need to do by year end. If you're not aware of those, make sure that you book a call. I have a few more spaces related to end of year planning. And we want to make sure that we are maximizing these year-end planning tips. You can go to craftmoneymap.com/call to book a call. So these topics that we talk about in your annual meeting, it aligns with your business development, but it's also necessary to hold these meetings from a tax perspective. You may be thinking, this sounds like a lot of time. But we work with our clients who are tax strategy clients to streamline the process to really ensure that it integrates smoothly into your business schedule and it provides you value without overwhelming you, because you know that there are certain things you need to do. And as you go along every year, especially with the tax strategies, that's something you can put in your board meetings. Does this seem too complicated? Well, we use a craft money map system. So it simplifies the complex strategies into actionable steps, not only the annual meeting, but our other strategies that we help you implement that really save you money. It helps you make financial management decisions really accessible regarding of your financial expertise, because we walk side by side with you to help you implement, and we give you a plan that you're going to follow year after year. Now, how are we different? Unlike other CPAs, we focus on tax strategies. We focus on implementation. We focus on wealth building. We use a system called the Craft Money Map system. In that Craft Money Map system, we use different ideas and processes to make sure that you're building wealth. With the C, that's cash management. We're working with you to make sure that you are maximizing your cash. We know that cash is king in your business, and you need to make sure that you have the cash in your business to implement strategies, to grow your business, to use it for different opportunities that may come, and you need the cash. R, that's the retirement optimization. We're working with you to make sure that you're planning for your retirement and that you have systems in place in order to maximize the retirement that you have to build your wealth, as well as using retirement as a key for tax strategies. Did you know the IRS will give you credits for setting up different retirement plans for you and your business and your employees, as well as some of the retirements that you contribute to? The funds are a tax deduction. So how can you beat that? The IRS is helping you plan for your retirement as a business owner. Remember, the IRS tax code benefits business owners and investors the most. As a business owner, you're in prime position to really maximize the tax code. The A is for asset protection and entity optimization. We want to make sure that the assets that you have, we work with asset protection attorneys to make sure they're protected, that if you are sued, you have the best asset protection structure, as well as entity optimization means that you're utilizing the right entity structure, whether that's a LLC, a S Corp, a C Corp, or a partnership. You're maximizing the entity structure that best works with your business, your goals, and your revenue. The F is for financial freedom and wealth building. What is your definition of financial freedom? That's something that we talk about during the tax strategy, because everyone is different. So we customize your strategy so that it matches what your goals are. The last one is T, and that's for tax strategies. Know that tax strategies can fund a lot of what we're talking about: your wealth building, your retirement, your cash management. Using the code and knowing how to use these tax strategies can really help you save thousands and thousands of dollars year after year. So it's a long-term legacy building, as well as help you build your wealth and fund your business so that you're ready to just continue to grow and expand. Remember the Craft Money Map system: C for cash management, R for retirement optimization, A is for asset protection and entity optimization, F is for financial freedom and wealth building, and T is for tax strategies. We've created this system so that the strategies are not too complicated for someone without a financial background. Our approach simplifies the complex, and we break down sophisticated financial strategies into digestible, actionable steps. You don't need a background in finance. Our team is here to guide you every step of the way, really ensuring clarity as you move into the implementation of the strategies that we've suggested for you. At Craft More Cash, we're not just planning for the next tax season. We're really planning for your next decade and beyond. This is a system that allows for legacy building. You start a tax strategy, you implement that strategy, and in many of these strategies, you will use year after year and continue to save thousands of dollars. And as your company grows, as you start to invest in other wealth building strategies, we continue to work with you to implement those strategies. Our goal and our commitment is to help more women business owners become in the top 20% of income earners. Thank you for joining us today on the Craft More Cash podcast. We've covered a lot of ground in today's episode, from how to smartly deduct board meeting expenses to utilizing your home office for business meeting or your board meeting. And we talked about the Craft Money Map system, really how it can impact you as a business owner, how you can grow your wealth, manage your cash, keep your assets, and utilize tax strategies to do all of this. If you're interested in seeing how you can dive deeper into our tax strategies, please visit us at craftmoneymap.com/call. Book a call so we can talk about how our system is designed to help you and how it encompasses all areas crucial for financial success. We want to make sure that you have the liquidity to seize opportunities and cover operational needs, in your cash management. If you're a high earning coach, creator, or consultant looking not only to safeguard your wealth, but to significantly increase it, it's time to take action. Visit us, craftmoneymap.com/call, to schedule your strategy session. Let's discuss how we can tailor the Craft Money Map system to your unique financial situation, and we can start crafting more cash together.